I am cutting in here at the beginning of this video to let you know that even if you have all the realms unlocked, that this video and the next following videos I'm gonna do in the series, if you've been playing for less than like a month or 2 months, you may want to watch these videos. Maybe not all at once, because I know they're kind of end up gonna be super long. But maybe just watch bits and pieces, or maybe listen to it in the background while you're, not like doing homework or something like that, because you actually need to focus on, like, the homework. But, like if you're washing dishes or just doing chores, that's a really good time to just put it on in the background and kind of listen, because I will be giving, like, advice and just explanations and, like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of info, especially in this first video, so, like, it is a lot to take in all at once. I'm not trying to overwhelm you, but I'm also just trying to give you an understanding of the game, and, like, all the currencies, and how to get cosmetics, and events, and season stuff. That is probably going to be more toward the end, especially the events and season stuff. But yeah, this video will just be explaining a bunch of stuff that I wish I knew when I first started Sky, and just stuff I've learned over my year of playing. I've only really been playing a year. I'm not even a true vet. I just definitely know more than somebody who's only been playing like half a year. Or just like especially 1 to 2 months. But yeah. So, also, if you just have any questions and you just want to straight up ask in the comments without watching the whole video, you can, and I will just answer the comment in a reply. So you can do that as well. Yeah, that's about it. I'll let you get into the proper intro now. So, let's go. Good morning, evening, or night, my fellow Sky Kids. I really hope this audio is recording. This will be the second time I have done this. Luckily, with the local account, I can just uninstall and reinstall and start over. But when you very first launch Sky for your very first time, this is where you will end up. You use your left side of the screen, touch screen, to steer, and you click or hold on the right side to fly, flap, and jump. I know I use an Xbox controller, so it is going to not show the correct controls for a touch screen, but it is kind of the same. Instead of just going up and down with my stick or clicking and holding A, like I just said, you swipe on your left side of the screen and use the right to jump and flap and hold A. The right side of your screen is your equivalent of the A button, and your left side of the screen is the equivalent of my left stick. With that, yeah, I really hope this audio is working. Please work. Alright? This is all supposed to happen. We're gonna go down and all this stuff. I will be skipping most of the cutscenes so that you can see them yourself if you have not played this game yet at all. But if you have gotten already through this and you're like ahead of me basically, well, you'll just kind of have to wait until I catch up if you need help so that I can help you. Yeah. With that said, with this video, I am explaining the bare basics and just showing you the bare basics, explaining what this game is all about, why you would play this game, and then just some other little tidbits that I would have liked to know when I had first started as well. I'll be showing you map shrines, wing lights, all that good stuff. But yeah, ultimately, especially new players will want to watch this video, and welcome to Sky. Especially new players who have just started, like just now installed Sky, and really have no idea what's going on. Maybe you have made it a little bit, but yeah, there will be a lot of explaining in this video. You see the interact, it tells me to press X but you can also just click the interact bubble. For PC, I have no idea. I'm not on PC and I do not know PC controls. I have never played on a PC, so I can't really help you in that front. A mighty flame burns within me. But yeah, the more intricate cutscenes. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. But once again, an interaction prompt that we must press. I will also not be going too depth into the story or lore, because one, I don't know that much about it, because I'm not good at remembering stuff like that. And two, I just don't want to accidentally be wrong. But yeah, this game is a beautiful game. And again, interact button. A lot of it is interaction prompt buttons and kind of straightforward, but it is a game for all ages, so don't really have to worry about an age rating on this video or anything. I will say that I do make other videos that are not suitable for younger audiences, but this is not one of them. And at the beginning of those videos, there will be plenty of warning. And if you do just sub for my Sky Cotl content, that is absolutely fine. I also have a TikTok that I post strictly Sky Cotl content to, if you want interested in that. It is called Sky Cotl. And speaking of Cola, that is my name, Cola, K-O-L-A. It is spelt with a K. And once again, an interaction prompt. Now our spirit, which is the helpful stewardess, is leading us. And another interaction prompt. This first few seconds is just a lot of interaction prompts and just kind of going through it and kind of teaching you, hey, this is how you interact with the world. Oh man, I kind of forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I was just kind of introducing myself. I'm Cola, and I love to help people in Sky, and I also like to play other games. I have 2 channels, a Sky focused TikTok channel called Sky Cola, and then Cola Games on YouTube with multiple games. Like I have mentioned, there are some games for all ages, and some games are not for younger audiences. But with that introduction to me out of the way, let's interact and let's start the helpful stewardess. Oh, I guess it's hopeful stewardess. I'm so sorry. They are very helpful. That's why I call them the helpful steward. I really thought it was, but it's actually hopeful steward. And it's not even stewardess, it's just steward. Despite me getting the name wrong, let's go ahead and continue with the quest, and let's get into our very first realm, which will be the Isle of Dawn. And we are going to go through there, and like I said, I'm just going to explain stuff as we go along. We have offered them our hand, so if you get here and think, why isn't they moving and leading me? It's because you are leading them now. So hopefully you did not get stuck right there. I could tell how that could be confusing. But let's go free our very first spirit. Which is really the main point of this game, is to help spirits like this and free them from the darkness. You can get different emotes and clothes and all kinds of different cosmetic stuff in the game as well by helping the spirits and such. But yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of what else maybe I should mention right now, but I think I should just leave the rest of it as we go along and as it comes up, so I don't get too far ahead of myself. But right now, we'll just follow them into this door that they have went. Uncover our darkened kingdom. Restore it with your flame. Like I was just explaining, that is our goal, is to use our flame to get rid of all of the darkness. But we can also have fun while doing it by collecting candles and cosmetics. And there's multiple currencies, which we will get into in a little bit. I really don't want you to worry about any of that right now. Don't let FOMO take hold, which is fear of missing out. Because there is a lot of FOMO involved in this game. But as long as you can keep it at bay and not let it, like, freak you out and not let you get burnt out on this game. But yeah. Basically, I just want you to take things slow as a new player and explore and just relive. Spirits is your first goal, is to finding spirits and reliving their memories and doing stuff like this as well. And helping the spirits. So that is what we're going to focus on first. And then after that, we will get into a little bit of like candle running stuff and like how to get cosmetics and stuff like that. But here we go. We have helped a hairdresser. We have different hairstyles, only 3 right now. We're going to go with the pigtails because they are indeed one of my favorites. High five the hopeful steward. And complete. Oh, drag on the right side of the screen to look around. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that. This is your walk, and this is also like you can look around and stuff on the right side. Also in settings though, if you go to controls, you've got different settings and you can play around with them and see which one works the best for you. You have two-handed and one-handed mode. You can flip the sides so that the left side of your screen is you're looking around and flying when you tap and click it to fly and jump. Or you can keep it like that. You can invert camera, invert flight. You have vibration, which I'm actually going to turn off. There are instruments in this game, so we will also get into that when we get to it. But like I said, let's just kind of take it slow here and take our time. So, I believe we are going to go back outside. Yes. And in this series, I'll also be helping you with all of the other Avery quests and help you get all of these shops open. As you can see right now, like a lot of them are blocked off and you can't go into a bunch of things and it's all dark and stuff. But we will be opening all of this stuff up. Like this will be open. And if you've seen some of my other videos on my actual account that I play on, then you may have seen some of the stuff that we will unlock. But, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves once again. I am pretty bad about doing that. But yeah, I'll be basically helping you explore and learn about the world of Sky in this series. So this is for new players especially, and maybe even returning players that may have forgotten or haven't done specific quests yet. I'll have all that in the video title and description and stuff like that. But yeah. I also want to say welcome to Sky. I absolutely love this game. I want to make sure my audio is actually recording right now, so I am going to go ahead and stop the video and then like pick up the video later. I do have to take my dogs outside and stuff like that, but this will all be one video when I edit it. But with all of that said, yeah, that's all I can really say right now. Like I said, as we go through and run into more things, I will explain them and how they work and why and what they do, basically. Yeah. So I gotta stop the video, like I said, but I will, yeah. I'm just trying to think, because like I said, I recorded this once already, so I'm trying to think and see if I remember saying anything that I haven't said yet, which I did say a lot. That was an hour-long video, but I feel like it will be better if I just wait and let it come up as we go along, like I did the first time. So, with that, I will be right back and finish this video as soon as I possibly can. But like I said, I do have real world stuff to take care of, like my dogs and chores and other stuff, so, yeah. It's been a few hours for me, but no time at all has passed for you. I now have a check sheet list of like kind of stuff that I want to touch about and talk about in this video as we get to it throughout the video that I remember, because I literally just did it earlier today, but like I said before, it didn't have any audio, and that is kind of important. So, so far, all my recordings thus far has had audio, so let's not jinx it and just hope that this one does too. Either way, I would have to start over to be able to show you the things, at least coherently. I feel like if I show it to you as like coming across it as you, instead of like showing it on my main account, will help understand better, and also help me understand better what I need to explain and do and stuff like that. But with that, the very first thing I want to start talking about before we continue is the settings. As you can see on my screen right now, there isn't really anything to indicate where settings are. I mean, you have this interaction prompt here to continue our quests. You have this little teardrop in the very middle of our screen, which pulls up your emotes actually. And clicking on the sit emote will let you sit, kind of sit back, and then lay down. And you will find out later on that your expression, which we'll get into that, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but it will change the way you sit and lay. The sit emote is the only emote that you can click it multiple times like this. On the other emotes, they do have different level of expression, is what we call it. But there is a different way to access those and to do those. So I will explain that once we actually get one unlocked. With that being said, back to the settings, click the top right of the screen. Click it again. There we go. We now have two symbols in the top right of our screen when that happens. One of them is the map and one of them is the settings. The one that is a circle, or like a wheel, or a cog, or a gear, if you know what that looks like, it is that in the very close right of the screen, the farthest right basically. And the one right next to that, to the left of the farthest right, is your map. So I'm about to click on the settings, which is on the far right top hand of your screen. And it looks like a circle. This is your settings. You have your inbox, which looks like a mail icon. This is where TGC lets you know about updates and stuff and events sometimes. Oops. You gotta click it again. But yeah, there's news, season of carnival. There's a gift to collect right now. Sometimes they give you gifts because of the bugs and stuff. An extra 5 candles. Not that much, but still very nice in my opinion. And the symbol, there's a lot of other stuff here too, like controls, I already kind of went into that. Merch, that's like physical objects that you can buy. You got your graphics and audio settings and all that. You got your shop, which is for the real world money. Account, if you want to link your account, which I may also have already mentioned, but I'm not linking this account. This is not my main account. I am not a true new player. I have played this game before. I am just doing this, like I said, to help me help you better. With that being said, we'll get the friends and sky codes. We'll touch on that later, okay? So let's just put a pin in the setting menu and take a look at the one right next to that one. Right to the left of the settings, when you tap the right screen, is your map. And that will bring you to this. As you can see, the map is pretty bare right now, and nothing has been discovered. We will find map shrines and stuff like that later on. To get out of here, you just click on the top right again, and an X appears, and then click that X. Alright. But I really just wanted to let you know that clicking the top right of your screen will make all that extra stuff come up, along with the chat bubble, and you can take pictures in the game. You can also tap the bottom right of the screen to get the picture and the video icon tab to pop up. And with that, all that is definitely really basics, but some people may have not realized that's how you get those to pop up, so I did want to cover it. And with that, let us continue. I'm taking a look at my notes. That's for the end. That's for the end. That's when we come across it. That will be at the end. And that is when we will come across it, which I already kind of touched into that one with the emotes. But with that said, let's click on our interaction prompt right here on the hopeful steward. And sorry about the train. I guess let me pause a minute and let that train go by. Okay, the train has passed and we are clicking the interaction prompt above the hopeful steward, which is the spirit standing right in front of me, head. Ignore that. Yeah, just ignore that. Click on the hopeful steward and this is what's going to pop up. Oopsie. I gotta scoot that over here so I can click on the exclamation point. That was kind of the beginning quest. We just did that. Oh no, there it goes. Okay, there it goes. I'm sorry. Ignore me. We are about to unlock multiplayer now. This is a multiplayer game. Others like you await. This journey is yours to share. So, I'm just gonna kind of let this play out, but it's really simple. The cutscenes show you kind of where you need to go, like how it zoomed in on those candles over there. And that is what we're doing. We are cleaning the debris from the candles and picking them up. And then we place them over there. See how it zoomed in over there and wants us to go over there? So yeah. Whenever it zooms in to a spot, it wants you to go to that spot. I'm going to click the interact button here to light the candle, the flame icon. Like that. It is taking both of us to clear the rubble, me and the hopeful steward spirit. Let's place this candle. You see how I did not press the interact prompt there? That was automatic. Fire in this game, when it's super close to each other, it does spread. So like you can light one candle, and if it's in like a long line of candles, you can like go to the other end of the line and light that candle too, and it'll spread to each other. And then you go to the middle and light the middle, and it's faster to do that. That's part of the tips and tricks I was talking about in this video that you may want to watch. The reason you want to watch this or listen to it. But yeah, our third and final candle. And with that, multiplayer should now be unlocked. I am going to skip the cutscenes. I want you to watch the cutscenes when you go through it yourself, if you haven't already. And we have officially unlocked Avery Village. And welcome to multiplayer. And perfect timing, because see how these kids are like... Oh. Alright, perfect timing. See how these people are gray and I can't really see their outfit? That is because they have not lit my candle yet. Let's see if I can get this one to do it. No? Come on. I am going to use my fire. Hopefully someone will light my candle here so I can show you what I'm trying to talk about. Ultimately, with the gray Sky Kids, when you have your fire out, and they do as well, and you touch candles basically, which we call it lighting each other's candle, even though they're kind of already lit, but it will reveal your outfits and stuff. Let's see if this person down here will. I am definitely more of a, like, show, not just explain type person. So, let's see if I can get you... Hey, come here. Ah, see, the emblem also appears above their head. You can click that to also pull your candle out, which I don't know why it was earlier. And there we go. Now, to add a friend, there are 2 ways. We're gonna cover this first way first, which is using candles. You click on the very bottom one. You can read, offer to become friends. And let's go ahead and do that. There is a way to do it without using candles, but again, we will get into that shortly. I'm going to randomize their name. That is fine. Alright, this is your friendship tree, and we go up it by unlocking this. We can get expressions and emotes to do together. And see, now we have unlocked the high five, and I click it again to do it, and an emblem appears above my head for them to interact with me and do it. That was 1 candle, this costs 2, and chat costs 3. So in total, it costs 6 candles to unlock chat. So like this. And 3 candles. And since we do have enough, I suppose I will go ahead and unlock chat. See what I mean? They went into there and they clicked on it, and that emblem appears so that I can hug them. Thank you so much for letting me show people that. With that, yeah, that is your chat, and you can unlock it as well. I am going to actually unlock chat with this lucky new player and let them know. Am not in self. But yes, indeed, I'm actually going to pause right here real quick and have a quick chat with this person, and we will be right back continuing this video. Actually, this is a perfect time to show a translation. If you go to chat and you click on their name, or I guess I'll do it without having to use my controller. Let's do this, and then you click on it, and then that will pop up. The very first symbol right next to the chat is translation, and that will translate them. Ha! This person is apparently not exactly new. Very funny. But yes, I will be right back now that I have explained that, and they have given me the perfect opportunity to do so. Well, that was not a good time. Alright, yes. But that is how you do translation and stuff. And the spirit tree. And, oh, I'm not sure if you've seen that one that didn't cost candles. It actually cost ascended candles, and we will also get into that later as, well. Which I don't have to show you on the with friends, because spirit trees have them too. which we'll also get into later. So we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. I just wanted to explain all of that. Let's go back here and let's get this quest, because I don't think we have even done that yet. But yeah, that's how you make friends, or at least one of the ways to make friends in this game. That was the quest we did when we unlocked multiplayer, and now we're on to this one. I'm not really sure if this is really a cutscene or not, but yeah. Spirits across the kingdom cry for your help. You are needed. So, with the how to make friends out of the way, let's actually continue the game. And we must, as you can see, it says the call. It can show you where your friends are as well, and it also shows that blue, or actually it shows the big white star. It also shows a little blue star over there too. But yeah, ultimately, we're just gonna go over here, back where we were just chatting with our new friend. But yeah. Like I said, the cutscenes really do kind of explain what you need to do and what's going on, so definitely pay attention to them. First we unlock the map shrine. I definitely got way ahead of myself. So, let's get this. These are map shrines. As the name implies, it shows the map. For the map. Reveals the map. However you want to put it. This one also reveals this really cool mural, and the murals show like a lot of lore and stuff, and this is actually a really awesome cutscene that I'm about to skip. And there is revealing the map and revealing the path we need to take. Our first task is really going to be going through all of the realms, collecting spirits so we can unlock more pathways, which we will just about to get into, and all the other stuff I will explain on the way. There will be an X in the top right hand of your screen to click out of that. And if it's not showing up, click the top right hand of the screen and it should show up. Or if you're on a controller like I am, you can just use B. Now our first realm has opened. Now it's telling you about the map, which I kind of talked about earlier, but you click on that. That is indeed your map. You can now see it anywhere. It used to be you had to go to a map shrine to see the map, but yeah, now you can do it absolutely anywhere. Just click the top right hand of your screen and that icon that it showed. I'll probably slow it down where it showed and put like an indicator to make it very clear of what I'm talking about. But yeah, they want us to go and explore on our own. So, that is exactly what we are going to do. And as we come across things, I will explain what they are, why they are, and everything. Be brave. This realm beyond this gate is but the first. Oh, it's so pretty. This game is beautiful, by the way. In my opinion, of course. This is showing what's to come. So, it kind of spoiler, kind of not. So I'm just gonna let this play out. Find and free the spirits still trapped in this place. That is our goal. That is what we have been doing before, which again, a lot of time has passed between when I did the earlier of this video and now. So, I don't remember exactly all the things I said about that, but hopefully I explained like the light and the interaction prompts and all that stuff good enough. But we're just gonna go straight forward through this tunnel And really soon we are going to get our very first wing light. And when I collect that, I will go into more detail about those. But they are very important. Even more important than spirits. So. Welcome to Sky. Your journey officially begins here, in my opinion. Definitely take your time and explore. And I don't know if I mentioned about FOMO earlier or not. Like I said, I actually don't remember. But don't let the fear of missing out, FOMO, ruin this game. Because there is a lot of stuff, and there can be a little overwhelming at times, and the events, and the season, and oh my goodness, it's already so much. But, just don't worry, take your time, big deep breath, and just relax, okay? A lot of stuff comes back, for one, so it's not probably going to be gone forever. And, yeah. Just like I said, a lot of stuff comes back, so there's really no need to be a fear of missing out when it will eventually, most likely, come back. But, to explain that, I just kind of continued. See, it says hold B to make a big call, or in your case, if you go through this, that it will tell you instead of hold B to tap on yourself and hold. You tap and hold and you do big calls. You just tap and you do little calls. Once again, another map shrine. So let's go ahead and sit. I want to reveal as much of the map for us as I can. It's zooming in over there, so that's where we're going to go next. But yeah, we will reveal the map. Tap the top right of the screen for the X to appear. Okay. Oh. Okay, tap on the actual star icon that time. Most of the time there is an X, but that time tap the star icon. And we will only be doing this one realm in this video. As it is, it will already be very long and a lot of stuff will be explained. And I did kind of skip an explanation back there. Isle of Dawn. Free lost spirits and follow the bell to the temple. The explanation I skipped back there, I'm about to explain right up here. Because these, up here, right in front of me, are candles. They'll give you regular candle wax. And see how that fill up on the top left? How it fill up my little candle up there a little bit? That is how you collect candle wax and thusly collect candles over time. And your candles are used for most things, really. I mean, outside of the season and event, which we're still a little bit too early to kind of go into detail on that stuff yet. But yeah, like your permanent constellation spirits, which is also a little too early to go into detail on. We'll get into all of that once we get to the end of this realm, so. But yeah, that's all you need to know right now, is that these candles give you wax and thusly actual candles over time to buy stuff. Candles are but one currency in the game. I'll go ahead and tell you the other two currencies because they're actually rarer, harder to get, and definitely somewhat more complicated, and you have to have all the realms unlocked before you do get them. But I will go ahead and tell you about them while we get this map shrine that is on top of this large rock, which we just went straight to. The candles are at the bottom of the rock. We just climbed up on top of it, and it's showing us where we're going next. But what I wanted to explain is uh-oh. 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 Currencies. Okay, yeah, there are your regular candles, which I just told you how to get. There are hearts. There are event tickets at specific times. Right now, there is actually not a current event going on, so there are no event tickets right now, but it is a thing that happens. There are seasonal candles, which is happening right now, but you do kind of need all the realms unlocked first. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done first. But if you do already have all the realms unlocked, check out my seasonal candle videos. I have already done some. I've went over how to get the seasonal candles and like all of that stuff. I would suggest finding the very first one I posted because that probably has the most explaining in it. But at the same time, you can also just kind of watch, and as long as you watch closely on those videos, you'll see what I do and how I do it and stuff like that. Although some videos might not have where to get the quest, I am kind of bad about forgetting to record that part. Like, I'll get them in the morning and then like record later on in the day. Or like turning in the quest, make sure you do that too. It's the same place you get them at. I have mentioned that in previous candle daily videos, seasonal candle videos before. But yeah, with that, you'll just have to kind of look for those until I can catch up to that point. With that being said, let's take a look at our map here. This right here, as you can see, we have 0 out of 1 on Passage Rock. That is a wing light. Right now, it is impossible to get to that wing light because it is in a high location. And we have literally 0 wings right now, so we can't fly at all. That's why we skip past that one. Now it has a 0 out of 2 with a little blue person, and a 0 out of 3 with that same star as this. Like I said, those stars are wing lights, but those little blue people are spirits. That indicates that I have found 0 out of 2 spirits in the Dawn Circle, which is this area here. And also, as you can see, this whole area right here is the Isle of Dawn. And with each map point, we unlock a little bit more of it. So all I'm trying to explain with that is that there are multiple map shrines per realm. And you have to find all of them to be able to see all of that realm. And with that, let's get to finding these 2 spirits at the Dawn Circle. So, like I said, we are going to go where it showed us to go first, which is straight over here to this rock right in front of us. I know there's a lot of big rocks, but hopefully you can just kind of watch and follow along if you are kind of stuck right here, but it is kind of simple. I don't foresee a lot of people getting stuck here, and if you did, then no offense at all, because I mean it is possible, but it really just depends on how much you're paying attention, in my opinion. If you're not paying any attention, it's very possible to get lost. But at the same time, get lost. Go explore. I encourage it. This is just if you actually get stuck and just literally cannot progress the game. Okay, that's going to be a very jarring cut from me trying to explain what I was trying to explain to this. But it also gives me the perfect opportunity to explain the return portal. So, ultimately I had to get off and respond to a text message. I do play on a mobile, if you haven't figured that out already. But here you go. This is the return shrine, and it allows you to resume your journey where I was. So you go, and you sit here, and it returns you. Maybe not to the exact spot. Let's see where it put us. Oh, nice. It put us, like, basically the exact spot. But sometimes it kind of has sections where, like, it'll put you, if you haven't gone past the next section, it'll put you somewhere. It doesn't really matter all that much, but it'll get you close to where you were before, if not exactly right where you were before. Now this. There are constellation spirits, okay? And that is what that is. That is a constellation. It's saying I have 0 out of 1 spirits out of that constellation. And that one is the Isle of Dawn constellation, meaning I have to go find a spirit in the Isle of Dawn, which is where we're at right now. And again, I kind of had a cut where it was showing us where to go next because of the message. But if you look over there, right where my screen is pointing, not where I'm looking, now it's where I'm looking, and you see that blue glow. It's glowing blue, you kind of see it. Sometimes it's brighter, sometimes it's not. As we get closer to it, it'll become more obvious. But also, it also, like I said, the cutscene that I kind of missed, that I kind of wanted to show, pointed us over here. So we're going to go over here, like we're supposed to, and light it. Just like we have with all the other spirits previously. You pull out your candle and light it. Either via clicking on the teardrop and going into, this is your emote menu, and clicking the fire icon on that. Or, clicking the icon above it itself. It should have an icon that you can interact with that will light your candle. Or pull your candle out. This and the interact prompt do the same thing, is all I'm trying to say. So we're following these spirits. Also, when you have other people doing it for you, I wonder if it'll do it if I stay back and they collect it. Huh. I guess maybe because this is a tutorial, it's not doing it. Or maybe it's the first time you live it. But if you're reliving a spirit, which means you're doing it again, which some things require you to, basically, when other people are also doing it, you don't have to go and actually relive the spirit. As long as you started it, I guess. That's the best way to put it. As long as you started it, then you can, just go on, and as long as somebody else is reliving it, to do it. I gotta skip this cutscene. Once again, interaction prompt, interact with it by clicking it, or clicking X if you're using a controller like me. Now it's telling us about our emotes and stuff. Normally the red dots is what's saying it's new. I know it says to claim new ability, but it doesn't really... I don't know, but either way, we have a point emote now. And I don't know if I mentioned that doing that with spirits will give you new emotes and stuff. There are 37 total in the Kingdom of Sky. And while I am on this concept, there are both permanent constellation spirits and travel spirits. Permanent constellation spirits, oh my goodness, really? I'm slowly getting more and more aggravated because this video just isn't happening. I'm sorry about that, guys. Where was I? Permanent constellation spirits and travel spirits. Permanent constellation spirits are always permanent. You will always be able to buy stuff from them. When we get to the end temple, I will show you where and how to buy stuff from those. Travel spirits are temporary spirits that come sometimes to visit temporarily for a short amount of time. There's technically two types. The solo travel spirits that appear just by themselves, and then sometimes there is a whole group of travel spirits. And there is sometimes a whole group of travel spirits of like 4 or 5 people. But, with that being said, save your candles for those travel spirits. Don't waste them on the permanent constellation spirits. Where are you taking me? Anyway, yeah, like I said, I'll show you when we get to the end of the temple where those are. And for travel spirits, there's not currently a travel spirit, so I can't actually show you that right now. But when there is one, I will show you that. And, ultimately, that's all I can think to say about that right now. Once we're actually looking at the constellation tree, I will go into more depth of explanation. So, yeah. With that, we have found that one spirit. And there is actually another spirit that I'm going to go ahead and do right now. That is straight across over here. So, these are the two spirits you can find right now. Because right now, without first going through Eden, that is what I was explaining. That the travel spirits don't actually show up unless they are traveled here. Which I may... oh, man. Okay, when there is an active travel spirit, that's what I'm going to call it, active. When it is currently visiting Sky, and you can buy stuff from them, that spirit will be available to you no matter what. Whether you've been through Eden or not, you will be able to find it. If it is not currently in Sky and you cannot currently buy stuff from it, then that travel spirit, you cannot find it unless either 1, you've been through Eden, 2, a friend can show you, because it will still show up for friends who have been through Eden. So if they can find it for you, basically, and they can start it, and then it will show up for you, and you will be able to do it. Yeah, that is the 2 ways to get spirits, the travel spirits, without having to go through Eden. So I do not want you to rush going through Eden, or going into Eden, just because of the travel spirits and stuff like that. You do not have to worry about it. You can still relive the spirit and get them without having to go to Eden, okay? But yeah, we're just following this one because, like I said, it is the only other spirit, and I wanted to go ahead and grab it. We will need it to open gates later. That was something else I just explained. The gates, the constellation gates is what I'm going to call them, because you need the permanent constellation spirits to go through them. Each one has a certain number, and we will get more into that once we see the next constellation gate. Because there is another gate here that doesn't even require spirits of the Isle of Dawn to go through it, in which you will see that it is actually a different constellation than the zigzaggy line. And I should really be skipping this cutscene right about now. Well, you got to see that cutscene in full, my friends. My fellow Sky people. But yeah, we need to have that. What I mean by this game just not happening right now. Yeah, I'll see you in a minute and try to continue that explanation if I can remember what I was trying to explain. Constellation gates. I was talking about constellation gates, and here I am going to show you what I was trying to talk about before I crashed. So, this constellation gate. The constellation is kind of like a line, just kind of like a squiggly line, honestly. It doesn't really look like much. Maybe a snake or something? I don't know. But either way, we just collected the spirit from the Isle of Dawn. We collected 2. This constellation gate, this constellation is the Isle of Dawn constellation. It is that of the squiggly line. It's just straight, simple, wiggly. Well, I guess it's not straight. It's wiggly, simple, and a constellation. But, that being said, collecting 1 out of 1 constellations, collecting 1 out of 1 spirits, open the constellation gate. Even though we collected 2, we only needed 1. We can now go through the gate. And with that being said, we are going another deep call, same as earlier. Click and hold on yourself or your character. We're gonna go get this wing light, which they are very important, and I will have to explain this later because of the constellation gates being back to back like this. Oh, it's so slow. There are different constellations for different realms. And even though we are in the Isle of Dawn, does not mean all constellation gates here will need Isle of Dawn spirits. And once again, to unlock constellation gates, you have to find and relive the spirit memory, which is exactly what we did as we crashed. Okay? So with that, now we finally can fly. I'm going to go over here and show you this other constellation gate that is to a different realm. I actually don't even remember which realm it is from. That information will be in my next video that I do on my Sky. At least this account anyway. But we're gonna go right over here, back to this hole, and as you can see, 0 out of 3, even though we've collected 2 spirits here. That is a different constellation. It looks like a pickaxe and maybe like a rock or an anvil or something. But yeah. We'll get more into that as we go on, but I just wanted you to understand that this is not the Isle of Dawn constellation. It is a different one. And once again, I'm sorry that I don't know what it is, but that information will be in the next video. With that being said, let's go ahead and go to the temple. And I know I say, did I talk about wing lights yet? I don't think I've talked about wing lights yet this video. So with that, the thing we just collected was a wing light. We are going to go collect another one shortly. And once we get to the next wing light, I will start the explanation about them, show you what they look like and what they are. But as you can see, I kind of have a one wing flap now. I can kind of fly. And that is a hint to what they are/do. You can see the sparkly outline of them as well. This is where it will be next time, because you can lose your wing light, but they are always in the same spots, and there is a way to get permanent wing light, which that will also be kind of toward the end of this video, when we are talking about Ascended Candles and Eden, which is another type of currency that I forgot to mention earlier. So, yeah. There is a lot. Please don't get overwhelmed. Please, I'm trying not to overwhelm you. I really do want you to take things slow and stuff. But I'm also just trying to think of any questions I had too when I very first started playing and going through this. Let's do this map shrine real quick. I've already went into explanation about these. Okay, instead of going into the temple, we are going to go to the right, because I want to go get this wing light over here. There are also a few other things I'm going to be explaining before the wing light, actually. Mainly multi-people doors. And excuse me. Ultimately, multi-person doors. They're exactly what they sound like. It takes more than one person to open that door. They're actually kind of really simple. Some doors may look like they're two-people doors, except they're actually one-person door. And never vice versa. So, this door here is what a two-person door will kind of look like. It may be a little bit different, but ultimately you'll have this diamond on this side that you can light, and then the light will show up from it, filling it up, and there will be one on this side. And as you can see, if I go to this side, that light goes away. Go to this side, that light goes away, and it'll tell you at the bottom of your screen you need other players to help. So that is what it looks like. There are There are tips and tricks to get through those type of doors without needing help. There are definitely a lot of solo players in Sky who don't really want to do the socializing aspect of it. That is completely fine by me. That is understandable. I mean, I understand just enjoying the beauty of the game and just kind of by yourself, you know? I get that. We're using the clouds to fly up. If you want to skip this wing light and just continue through the temple, you can. I'm only going over here because I didn't really explain it when I picked up the first wing light. I'm gonna pause right here because my dogs are about to go into a barking frenzy at the person in the driveway. But yeah, ultimately, I just want you to be able to look at what I'm talking about while I'm explaining it. So, we're going to go up this tunnel, and I'm going to go up here. Like I said, you can continue on and get back to it when you have more wings. It will be easier to get up here. But here we are. They're very, very shiny. As you can see, they glow, even from a distance, just like the spirits. The spirit memories you have to relive, I guess, technically. But yes, that is what they are. And what they do, they give you flying power. Which is, I have one flap right now, and I will pick this up, and I am going to have 2 flaps. And now how it says 2 out of 5, I need to find 5 in total and 3 more of those shiny people. I'm going to call them shiny wing lights. We need to find 3 more of those shiny wing lights to get to our next level where we get a 3rd flap. So it is not 1 wing light per flap. Only for the first 2 flaps is it like that. And if you're wondering what I'm calling a flap, that is 1 flap. There's 2 flaps, and now we kind of had a half of a flap left. But yeah, those are what we're calling flaps, when you flap your cape like a bird's wings, kind of. But yeah, you want as many of those as you can, and that is also where your ascended candles come into play. I have mentioned them briefly. I will show you back at the Realm Temple. So let's go back there so we can actually get a visual, hopefully. Which I actually might have used too many candles. I should have continued going up. We will get to everything eventually, and I'm sorry I'm jumping around so much, but it's just that things are in different places. So, if we wanted to continue going to the top here, I'll show you what a treasure candle or a candle cake has been called. Both things. Both are the same thing. And ultimately, it is just a big bunch of candles. But there are daily treasure candles that move throughout the realms, and once again, I kind of need all realms unlocked before going into further detail about that, so I will have to catch up to that. But yeah, this is also a permanent one. The daily ones, as the word daily suggests, they move daily and change locations daily, change realms daily. And now, I know it says press the left bumper to forge a candle, but mine is broken, so I have to tap it anyway. You just tap on your candle icon. And this is a good point to bring up the chevrons, or the little arrow things above my candle. I will put a thing on it, like a little circle to show it. But those are chevrons. Each one of those symbolizes 5 candles. If you have 0 chevrons, then you have gotten 5, 10, a total of 15 candles. But yeah, that's basically all that is. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this map shrine that is up here as well. just so I can already kind of have it. There are plenty of videos of map shrine location and actual spirit locations, so I'm not focusing on that as much. I'm just focusing on explaining what they actually do and why you want to collect them. And I've already explained why you'd want to collect them. Actually, to go into the specific detail about why you would want to collect all the map shrines, it's this. The wing lights, because like I said, I don't know, like I said, hopefully like I said, you can lose them, but you can recollect them and they are always in the same spots, except for one. Only one wing light is an exception to this, and I will show you which one because it is in here, in the Isle of Dawn. Alright. We will get to these later. I was going to go ahead and do that, but we'll do those later. So we will continue on. I will show you the temple, and I will show you that wing light that is behind the temple. That will not be behind the temple after you collect it once. It does change location. It is the only one that changes location. It is very weird, but yes. I will show you where that one is, and then, I'll show you where it goes too, because I'm pretty sure there is a wing light that I know where it's supposed to be, but it's not there. And I actually did this in my previous video, because like I said, this one crashed without audio, so, yeah. Yeah, I had this all recorded perfectly, and it just was like, nope, they can't hear you explaining anything. But, to the temple, we'll get that wing light, but before we do get that, I will explain the constellations and the constellation spirits. These candles are sacred. Collect their light, or what we call wax, to forge candles / gifts that grow your friendships. I already told you about the friendship tree and how to do that, and it works with spirits too. They are technically considered spirit friendship trees, which is exactly what we are about to look at after this cutscene. That I am going to skip because this is actually the Temple Guardian, and that is all the spoilers you get. That door right there is the door to Eden, and you have to go through all the realms before unlocking it, but definitely be aware of Eden. I've already mentioned, do not rush into there, and just don't rush into it, okay? I know a lot of people who rushed into Eden, not really knowing what it was or what they were getting themselves into, and ended up stopped playing the game completely because of it. And it's just so sad, because this is a really beautiful game. It is the vault! I'm gonna take a picture of that so I can go through all the constellations, and I'm probably gonna add that in here. I have probably added that there, so I don't know how much I'm going to explain in that cutaway. I'm gonna record that video separately, but here is your permanent constellation spirit. It will always be here. There is one other place you can access this, and I will show you that right after this. But here we are. We are missing a spirit in this realm that is actually, whoopsie, I accidentally clicked B, so we're gonna have to let the doors open here. But yeah, we'll actually go get the third spirit in the Isle of Dawn, because it's outside of the temple to our right in a cave that's next to the temple. That light, that wing light right there is the one I'm talking about that moves. Once we go and collect that one, it will no longer ever be there again. It will be in a different location. But here are your spirit trees. They do look a lot similar to your friendship trees. And I'm going to go ahead and unlock as far as I can. Yep, here we go. Ascended candles. That you can only get by going through Eden. Once again, do not rush into Eden. You will lose all your wing light. But you also gain permanent wing light by clicking on that and unlocking that once we go through Eden, which for this account and character will definitely be probably a few months. I mean, even on my main account when I first played, I didn't go through Eden for like a few months. But that is your permanent wing. I am constantly clicking on it. It's at the very top. You have to have ascended candles, which is that. What the symbol is, the 1, and then the little symbol of the candle. I guess it's like red and white, kind of. Although it kind of looks pink and white. It's a really small symbol, so it's hard to tell. But these are also your permanent wings, which means 1, you don't lose them when you go through Eden. That's permanent. And 2, you collect more and more of them, which means not only can you collect them throughout the realms like we have been doing, but you can buy them like this and make it go up and up and up. So basically, there's only a certain amount of hidden spirits throughout the realm. Exactly how many, I do not know. Okay, I thought my recording crashed for a minute. Anyway, exactly how many, I am not sure on that one. I'm sorry about that. But there is a specific amount. Obviously, there's not going to just be an infinity amount. But yeah, even though there's only so many, and you might feel like it's not a lot, which I did at first when I first started playing, and I was always wondering, how do I get more? And I was like, I feel like I collected all of them. I've watched location videos, and I've went and like collected all of them, you know? There are definitely a lot of those as well. That, not by me, just by the Sky community in general. But yeah, this is how you get more of those. Kind of. They don't... When I say how to get more of those, kind of, it's like how you get more wing lights. That's what of those I mean. But they're also different than your wing lights you find in the realm, as I have already explained that much, at least. At this point, I'm going to say if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments. I will try to reply every single one. I have fixed it to where I can actually reply to my comments now. I know that I used to not be able to, but that is fixed. And yeah, with that, that is all I can say. All I can do is give you one final warning to not rush into Eden trying to get these permanent wing lights or increase any of your friendship trees. Just don't rush, okay? Anyway, you do want to click on this one and then click on that. We get another free hairstyle because some stuff is free. Like that is 1 candle. Well, no. This here is 1 candle and it'll do that every single time. Just like this one is 1 candle for level 2 expression, and I'm actually going to buy this for later. Well no, we'll do it now. I'll explain this now. I know how I explained the emote menu earlier, and the expression and the sit expression, and how clicking on it multiple times did different levels of sit, where you sit, and then you kind of sit laid back, and then you lay down. Well, these don't do that. Hey, you can do emotes while laying down as well. There are a lot of fun combinations, kind of. Although it's really more sitting and then plus other emote. But, anyway, this is different. See, I have another one, but clicking it twice still only does the same one. So if I click and hold, and you can see how the star is on the very last one now, it's lit up, and release. And now it does something different. Added that. So this is level 1 of this emote, and this is level 2 of this emote. And like I said, click and hold. And for ones you have multiple, because like it goes to level 3 and level 4, as the star kind of goes along the screen, it will kind of go slow. So you'll be able to stop at like level 2. So you click and hold until you reach the level of emote you want to do. And I am saying emote. E-M-O-T-E. I really hope that captions doesn't say emo again. Because I've been talking about emotes before, and the captions on my videos thought I was saying emo, and well, I did that time, but no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm only saying that word to say that it's not the word I'm saying. Alright, let's collect this wing light, and as you can see, it will not have a sparkly outline like the last one. See? See, there's no sparkly outline. I'll use some of my wings. Well, I was going to use some of my wings and say how it doesn't charge me here like it does over there, but yeah. We're going to compare this, and maybe I'll put like screenshots or like pictures of like this compared to back here. Because we're actually not continuing on anyway. And the only other thing I think I need to explain at this point is chat benches. So we're going to go over here and I'm going to show you the difference between that location of where that wing was and this location of the wing. We have to go all the way back down though. Also, as I was saying before, this way, over here, another spirit number 3. Just in case you were interested in trying to find that one. It is technically on the left side of the temple in that cave. I'm not going to relive it myself right now. I did just want to go ahead and show you where it was at. Ultimately, we do not need it right now. Why? It's really wanting me to go that way. Really wanting me to go that way. Can I please actually go? Okay, I guess not. Yeah, I'll just put, like, pictures or something. I guess I'll just put pictures to show, like, how the sparkles look different and stuff. It wouldn't even let me go to the chat benches now. Okay, yeah, it will. Kind of. These are chat benches. Sometimes that candle will glitch out and won't light. That's just Sky being Sky. There are some bugs and stuff in this game. But it is also made to run on phones. And also kind of cheap phones too. You don't have to have like the newest device to play this game. It has to be kind of new-ish. But these are chat benches. As it says at the bottom, you may chat with another player who sits by you until candle burns out. But along with these chat benches comes our second way to do friends. I already showed you how to use the candles, but here is how most people do it, okay? We'll go to settings. Remember how I said put a pin in the friends and Sky codes? Well, now we're going to click on friends. One-time friend invite. Enter a random nickname or whatever nickname they are. Normally you would ask them. You click this, text copied, and then you go into chat, and then you can go to your clipboard here, and voila. Oh, ha! Okay. Well, you can't send it in chat like that. This guy doesn't really like you doing this, but then they should really make it easier to do candle runs and make candles, I don't know, make unlocking chat not so expensive. Because 6 candles may not seem like a lot, but like 6 times 10 or 6 times 20 if you end up with that many friends. But yeah, you do this, you remove the dashes. You can remove 1 dash or just 2 dashes, as long as you remove at least 1. And send. Now it lets you send it in chat. And then on the receiving end of these, you take, well, hang on, let me get high enough so I don't. You click on the chat, which I'm pretty sure I've already explained this. And then you click here, and it copies it. And just like that. And now we go to settings. Now we go to Sky codes. And we go to type. Enter Sky code. You can copy that code there. Click done. It's going to tell me friend error. You cannot accept your own friend request. But that is how you use sky codes to do friends. So if you ever hear anybody trying to do that or asking you to do that instead of using candles, that is how. And also the reason why, like I said, unlocking chat. That is the main reason why people use this way. One, they're just kind of stingy with their candles, and two, they want to be able to unlock chat immediately without using 6 candles. Also, for like new players, the reason they won't spin candles is because you might not play for a long time. So a lot of vets don't want to spin candles making friends when they don't know if they're actually going to play or not. They would rather use sky codes, so it's like no risk kind of thing. Right? But yeah, with that being said, this candle is about to burn out, and you can also offer chat benches to put a candle there. So like when it burns out, you'll see a interact prompt, and it'll ask you to pay 1 candle, and it'll reignite the chat bench so you can sit and chat for longer. Yeah. But that was definitely very important for you to know. So I hope you do understand that. But yeah. I still want to go down here to see if I can. But honestly, that is kind of the end of this video. And by kind of, I mean it just is. Okay, yeah, it's not letting me go down there. So, yeah. Like I said, that one wing light will definitely be in a different location after you collect it, but all others will be in the same location. It is just the one after the temple that moves. All the others will be in the same location. So you really don't have to worry about losing them. And yet, at the same time, if you do lose all of them, they can be kind of tedious to go back and collect. So, just, again, be warned of Eden, and be warned of Wasteland, and the Dark Dragon or Krill. They are both the one and the same. Unfortunately, I can't show you that until I do get to Wasteland. But yeah, just don't let any players take you into Wasteland wanting to show you something, because ultimately it is not going to be good for you, and they're probably going to take you to get krilled, which is K-R-I-L-L-E-D, krilled, and it is basically just causing you to lose wings because they're trolls, basically. They're just being a troll, and they're being mean, and they don't care that it might stop you from playing the game. So yeah, just kind of be aware of those, especially in Wasteland and Eden. So if anybody is wanting to take you there and it's like, oh, come on, let's go, and trying to talk you into it, that's like a big red flag, a big red no-no. Don't go with them. But if you mention it to your friend that you've played with for like a few days or even a month or two, and they're like, oh, do you need help? I can help you through there. That's not a red flag. That's a good flag. Green flag. Although, I could... don't take that, because people are different, so somebody might still do that for like a long con, if you know what that means, for like, I don't know how to explain the long con if you don't know what it means. I guess look it up. But yeah. Exactly, no, the perfect emote for what I'm explaining. No, don't do it, don't trust people, and just, yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Good luck. Have fun exploring until next time. And, I don't know. Yeah, just explore, make friends, and find spirits. You'll be able to find some quests and stuff too, but we haven't really gotten into that yet. We'll have to go through all the realms first before I get into any of that, actually. So, yeah. And as you can see, there's only one spirit following me. That's because I already sat at the temple. Actually, yeah, that's the last thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you and explain this last thing so I don't have to do it in the next video, and bid you a proper farewell. Back to the temple we go. we're going to go in here. Oh, I need to tell you how to teleport to your friends, just in case. So yeah, click on that, and see how it has a red dot, and I'll click on it. Yep, okay, it broke. Well, normally you'll be able to do that and unlock them, just like we did with these other two who are not following us. And that's how, and that's why. And also, it appears to be a glitch. If you open that door, if you open this door before getting all the spirits, you might have one stuck following you. In this realm, they won't follow you to the next realm. So with that being said, let's go to the home. Oh, we haven't even unlocked the ability to go to the home yet. I mean, or to Avery. There's technically the original home and Avery, and I do both call them the home, which may be confusing, but we start out in Avery, so I'm gonna try to call it Avery from now on. But, okay. Let's go to the next realm. I'm gonna see if I can't get it to where I can't go to the home. Because I remember being able to the last video, kind of when we got to the same spot. This game is so pretty. Yeah, excuse me. But yeah, this game is so pretty. And I'm kind of losing my voice right now because I've been talking for probably 2 hours, considering it took me an hour the first time. Okay. The spirit continued to follow me into the next realm. Beware of this glitch, new people. I don't know how to get rid of that spirit now. Maybe when we're actually in, like, past this transition. Because this technically isn't the next realm, it's actually just the transition to the next realm. So, I bet we have another loading screen. Ignore that. The darkness has fallen upon the vault. That's not it. Across the 7 realms, other elders wait to be awakened. I did give you a sneak peek at that one elder. But yeah, that's just what they're called. They're basically kind of the owner of the temples. But now we are supposed to go and perfect. Yeah, restore them all and fulfill our destiny. But now we can go to the home, and I want to show you how to look at your friends and teleport to them. There's the hopeful steward trying to tell us where to go. And there's that realm that we completed. Or supposed to go, I think. I don't know. But that is the Daylight Prairie. When we went through that transition at the end temple, that's where we went into. Don't worry about seasons right now. To be honest, you need to unlock all your realms first. So, yeah. Don't worry about any of that for right now. And if you do have all your realms unlocked, I think I already mentioned my seasonal video. Oh, the cutscene. It didn't show this cutscene last time. But yeah, this is a season that goes on. Again, don't really worry about it too much. If you did kind of start playing this season, you're gonna kind of miss it, okay? I missed the season I first started playing. But these spirits will come back as travel spirits. That's what travel spirits are. They're previous season's spirits that are coming back and letting you buy things from them again. With that being said, can I actually explain the friendship stuff now, please, game? Can I have my control back? Please, okay. This is both your friendship constellation and your permanent spirit constellations. You click on it, and that's the season of Carnival. We haven't done anything there yet. The season of Daylight Prairie, it looks like a vase of some sorts. And the Isle of Dawn, which is just a squiggly line. But each constellation is different, and even though we did find that one already, it's glitching out. I'm hoping that if we go back to the Isle of Dawn and that gate is closed and we can redo that it will fix it, which I guess I'll go ahead and try in this video. But as you can see, oh, well, that was weird. Yeah, for some reason here it won't say that to click up, but here it tells me to click up. Either way, that thing with like the two people, it looks like people to me, at least a head, and then the shoulders. I'll put in edit a circle around it, circling it. And now I'm clicking on it. And here are our friends. You can click on them. They're not online right now, but if they were, I could click on the option to join them. And they will sometimes have a light above their head, like that, although it won't let me do it for some reason. I think you have to spend so much time with them first before you can. But this goes back to the heart currency. One of the currencies I mentioned later. Lighting your friends like this, give them a little bit of heart wax, I guess. Just like the candle wax, how you get a candle and it fills it up just a little bit. Well, you light your friends and basically it fills up this heart just a little bit, and then eventually they'll get a whole heart currency. You can also gift, but you have to unlock it after you made more progress. Yeah, you have to unlock gifting. Even with sky codes, you still have to use candles and go through the tree, the whole tree, up until you unlock gifting, which is like right after or right before chat. I don't remember. It's either right after or right before chat. I guess I should have showed you that earlier too. But yeah. With that, I can't really explain why it won't let me do that right now, but yeah. Like I said, this last thing, let's go back into the Isle and try to fix this glitch of this spirit. So instead of using the return portal, because that would take us into the second realm, the Daylight Prairie, we're gonna now to go back to the Isle of Dawn. The long way. I am gonna kind of skip to the end temple here. You don't need to see me. I was gonna skip to the end temple, but as you can see, a wing light has appeared. It was not there the first time we went through it, but this is a location that there is normally one here. No, I don't think this is where that wing light previously moved to, because we have already collected it, therefore it wouldn't be showing up. This is also the difference I meant. See how it's all sparkly? The one at the end temple will not be all sparkly like this, even though we collected one there. And it will also not recharge your wings. See, I have no wing. And then I go over here, and it is indeed that charging it. These glittery yellow lights, basically. Or stars, or sparkles. Or whatever best fits your description of them. Oh, and butterflies do recharge your wings. But yeah. Alright, with that out of the way, I don't know why they don't let you just have that one first and foremost. Like, when I started playing, that's where I remember getting my first wing light, was on that boat. But I guess they changed it, and ultimately, it doesn't really matter. But it is always there, on that boat. With that, to the end temple, we skip. Okay, so hopefully this will fix this glitch of this spirit still following me in this realm, and hopefully it'll fix everything, basically. Just in case you counter the exact same glitch. Ah yeah, I forgot about this door. This door, even though it may seem like a two-person door, is actually a one-person door. And how you can tell is this. See how it moves? And now it kind of goes up in a way, I guess. Now it just moved. Okay, but it just moved, and if I put my thing up here, whoopsie, not that one, this one. There's no indicator now. That means it does not need to be lit, or it stays lit. Meaning it does not need to be lit because it stays lit after you already light it once. So yeah, there are some doors that kind of have the double diamond, like I said, but are not actually two-person doors. You can always tell by when you go to light it whether something happens. Or if it tells you at the bottom of your screen that door needs more than one person. But we're going to once again do this and sit down. And this should fix our spirit problem. See how they're sitting with us? Basically, it's the same for every realm. If you go through a realm and you relive a spirit and you haven't gone to the end of that realm yet, they will follow you while you're inside of their realm. And now we should be able to click on this and actually turn it in. Alright, perfect. It perfectly fixed that glitch. So if you ever do have a glitch where you can't click on the spirit after like the door's been open and stuff, like we just did, then yeah, just go back to the home. And if you can't go back to the home yet, oh wait, what? What's the home? Okay, well I guess we just have a friend forever now. But yeah, either way, it did officially work and fix the glitch because we were able to turn it in on our constellation and be able to get the stuff from it. That is definitely going to be your main concern, not the fact that you have one of them following you. Even though it can be a tad annoying, but still. It will be okay. But yeah, that's how you fix that glitch. And with that, I bid you a farewell. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and I will probably wait, like, I honestly don't know. It might be either like 1 or 2 days, or it might be a whole week before I do another one of these videos. I am kind of really busy, IRL, which is just in real life. I do have stuff going on and stuff I gotta do and just stuff, you know? Life. That's life for you. But yeah, I do hope that you have a good day, a good week, a good month, and even a good year. Until the next time, have fun. Explore, beware of the wasteland, beware of the dark dragon or krill, both the same thing, and beware of Eden. Thank you so much for watching and letting me help you. And until next time, goodbye.